Good morning, welcome to the morning review. This is Kim Watson speaking on Monday the 28th of September. Looking at the pound dollar first for a change, and what we can see here is we've on Friday we basically just pierced those prior lows there, but managed to close up round about in line with those prior lows, just slightly higher. And then we've had a gap up over the Asian session. It gapped up. We're just coming down, actually it's better to see it on an hourly chart. We're just coming back towards those lows there. On some charts it may have already filled the gap, but it's a fraction away from possibly filling the gap there, but near enough has done it. But sorry, come back to the dailies here. Now we've done this on the hourlies. There was a bit of a divergence going on Friday at 4 o'clock when this occurred. We saw the second spike into that. It may just hold it at these levels, and we could see it coming back towards the weekly pivot there at 52.93 at some point, not necessarily today, but it's normally done in the earlier part of the week. So it could just hold at this level. As I say, there's divergence. If it breaks, well, as I say, the 1.5 area, it seems like a key pivotal area, but we're at a pivotal area now, relative to prior highs and lows. So down, the trend has been pretty much down. Friday, the divergence. Now we're closing this gap. If we, as I say, see a bit of a rally, well, we may push up back towards the R1 area. The euro dollar. Let's come back to the dailies first. It's been very choppy over the last few days. It's spiking one way then the other. Again, already today we've shot down a little bit at the moment, and it looks like it's weakening further. Already caught the weekly pivot, so that's out of the way. And as you can see from the dailies there here, 60-minute rather, it's just drifting its way back down, maybe down towards the S1 and Friday's lows. If this was to occur, of course, this may draw. We may see cable coming down if they're correlated, and may see them coming down as well. So it's just something to watch these two together. Any sort of consolidation and reversals here could see us run up to the daily R1, maybe a bit higher, up to 200 moving average again. But it's been an odd one to read some mornings, particularly last week. We had some real choppy old days. Especially in the mornings, it clipped one way then the other way, then eventually went. So it can get it has been a bit choppy of late. However, from where it's standing at the moment, well, there is no specific trend as such. Slightly erring from the intermediate and or lower time frame. Maybe there was an edge to the upside, but at this juncture, as I say, quite difficult to read where it's coming from here. Okay, looking dollar yen. Okay, so Friday we saw the shove up to the daily 34 moving average. It's been a market I don't personally look at too much recently because of all this chop, and it's you can get into a position as long as you. The problem is, of course, getting out of the position before you've it's turned back again. And to be fair, there's been some decent runs. A good run on yesterday, I think, on Friday rather. I think Charlie managed to get that in his trading. Again here, looking, there's a possibility. I think the daily pivot's not quite being caught there, so there's a possibility we could be pushed back up towards that daily pivot at some point. Hard to say what way the trend is. It's sort of very short-term intermediate, maybe heading south. Maybe a break of those prior lows, and if it continues to strengthen up, may see us come down to the daily S1. But any sort of rallies, that daily pivot could yet still be hit. It's one of the few that haven't been hit so far. The Aussie dollar already over it. Now the Aussie dollar again consolidating where we're sitting here at the moment. You can see it clearer on the 4 hours. We do have the weekly pivot just above us, so any sort of spike up would see that as a possible target. It's from a daily perspective, it's just been drifting. It may have just worn off this downward move, but if we see a run up to the upper bands here on the dailies, well, it may just be a little trigger to start selling again back down towards the lows. Overall, towards the downside, however, we've got this sort of wedge pattern on the 4 hours that is seeing us and possibly move up towards that weekly, and then as I say, once that's been done, I'll be looking towards the downside again for a continuation of this move. Friday's move is pretty much sums it up in the terms of chop, very sideward action there. Okay, that's it for me. News-wise today is just Monday I've got the 5th of October. That's no good. That's not the date. It's just here we go. Monday the 27th. We got Dudley speaking at 1:30. FOMC member Dudley's speaking, and he's going to be discussing the rate increase at 1:30. So you could get some volatility sitting around that. There's not a lot of significant news after then. There is the core PC's price index, etc. But that's normally quite low grade type data. And then really we're waiting till the first Thursday the 1st. Well, we have got the ADP out on the 30th of September, and that might just create some volatility around that. Of course, the employment numbers is only an early gauge. It's all over the place quite often, but it's been creating more volatility than previously. There's a UK current account out at 9:30 that morning as well, and the final GDP. Now that might just, again, any adjustments in that may just see the pound move quite a bit. But really looking forward then to Friday, and it's Thursday should I say? Yeah, we get we start seeing the data manufacturing PMI UK figures coming through, and then on Friday. We got the non-farm, so it's a biggish week again ahead of us. It starts getting, as I say, we start seeing news pile in, so we could see some price action as the week goes on. But for today, as I say, relatively until 1:30 when we've got Dudley speaking, it could be a quietish one. That's it for me. Have a great one. Bye for now.